Hey everyone, my name is Samantha, and if you are new to Top Dog Tips, I highly recommend you check out our website because I share a lot of great helpful videos on how to do different things with your dog. I share product comparison videos, product reviews, all kinds of really great videos. And obviously if you're checking out this video today, you're interested in learning how to stop a puppy from biting. This is our puppy Sadie, and she's very mellow right now, but Sadie's been with us for about 4 months now, so she also knows that mouthing is not okay. The difference between puppies biting you and puppies mouthing you, mouthing is a natural thing that all puppies do. It's something that is in their nature, and that's when they just kind of put your hand or your fingers or your feet, a lot of puppies like toes, in their mouth, but they're not chewing down hard enough to like break your skin. They're just kind of chomping around, and that's a normal thing. So you don't want to necessarily get rid of them doing that. You just want them to learn that mouthing is not okay on you, on human skin. I think Molly might have fallen asleep, so she's not going to be super active during this video. But like I said, she's past the mouthing stage anyway, but I'm just going to use her as an example to show you guys some of the things that you can do. So the first thing that you want to try to do is inhibit the biting, and it typically works with most dogs. It's easier said than done. As with any dog training, teaching your dog not to bite is going to be something that takes some time and some patience. You can't expect that this is going to happen overnight. So it's something that you need to understand going into it, that you want your dog to stop biting, and it's not going to happen today. It will get progressively progressively better, as you go along, but it's not just going to disappear. So inhibiting the biting, puppies, like I said, naturally bite, they naturally mouth, and a puppy's natural reaction, if two puppies are playing together, the natural reaction of the puppy that gets hurt is to make a high-pitched yip kind of a noise. So if you want to, you can make a high-pitched noise when your dog bites you and it's unwanted, and that signals to the puppy that this is not okay. Some people aren't comfortable making that noise, or they don't want to make that noise for whatever reason. You can use any kind of a verbal cue, as long as you stick with the same verbal cue every time. Doing the yiping that's your dog's natural instinct to respond to those high-pitched noises. So it might take you a little bit longer if you just do a traditional verbal cue, but the one that I always recommend people do is ow. So when your dog is biting you, hi, did I wake you up? I'm sorry. When your dog is biting you and he is mouthing along, you ow, and don't pull your hand away really quickly. You just make your hand go limp. So if you're, Molly used to love when I had one of her toys to bite my hand instead. So all you want to do is, like if I had this toy and I was trying to play with her and she bit my hand, I would say ow, and I would just let my hand go limp. And that's a sign to a puppy. Traditionally it's the high-pitched yipe and the limpness, because that's what another puppy would do. Their body would go limp and they would make that high-pitched noise, and that's the signal to stop biting. So you want to make your hand go limp. If you pull your hand away fast, it is actually going to trigger your dog's chase instinct. So if your dog's biting and you move away quickly, or I always tell our kids when we get a new puppy, our kids are always good for, when the dog's biting, they go, don't bite, don't bite. When you're waving your hand around and you move your hand quickly, the dog sees that as a game, and it becomes a chasing game, and it becomes fun for them. So you want to just stop moving, make your hand go limp, and say ow, and then remove your hand slowly. Keep saying that same trigger word if you're using a word, or the high-pitched yipe. If your dog continues to bite, just make that yipe. You don't want to do this any more than 3 times in a 15-minute period. So you say ow, your hand goes limp, and then you keep doing whatever you were doing. If the dog bites you again, you say ow, your hand goes limp, you keep doing what you were doing. If it happens a 3rd time within 15 minutes, that's when the dog gets a timeout. Now you can either set him, say like this, if you're holding your dog, set him down on the floor. You can just get up and go away and do something else and ignore the dog, but that's when playtime needs to be over, because he's not responding to your cues. And after a while, your dog's going to realize that when you say say whatever the verbal cue is, and you go limp, just like another puppy, he needs to stop biting. And he's going to learn that if he continues to bite, he's not going to get to play with you anymore. So that will come. Again, it's something that's going to happen overnight, but it's something that with time and patience and consistency. The key to puppy training is consistency. You cannot let him get away with it sometimes. The other thing that is really important is that you can't let some family members can't let them get away with it while others are very strict about it. Everybody in your home needs to be on the same page. If you're trying to teach a dog to stop biting, everybody needs to do the same thing. Do the 3 times in 15 minutes and then ignore the dog. And then the dog's going to realize that it doesn't matter who it is. It's human skin. When I bite human skin, it's not going to work out well for me, and they will stop. If you have children in your home or another adult that is playing with the dog and letting him bite, some people think it's cute and it's funny and it's just so wonderful when puppies do that. Everybody needs to be on the same page with the training, so make it consistent, and eventually your dog will understand that he can't do that. The other thing, if they're biting you, you can redirect them with a toy. Get a toy that's going to entice your dog. So squeaky toys are really great. Look, I woke Molly up out of her slumber. If the dog's biting you with one hand, if you're trying to train your dog to stop biting, keep a toy that's going to entice him with you all the time. So if you're sitting in the chair with your dog like this, if she's biting this hand, I'm going to take this hand and squeak the toy and redirect her attention over here to the toy. I'm going to show her the toy and get her to bite on that. So you can still do with this hand, if she's biting you, say, ow, your hand goes limp, and then you redirect with the toy and play with the toy. So your dog gets used to understanding that hands, skin is not okay, but a dog toy would be okay. The other thing that comes along with redirecting to a toy is that you can go from contact play, which is when I have the toy here, the dog's in contact with me, we're physically touching, to non-contact play like tug of war. So you can put your dog down on the ground and play tug of war with him. You can play a game of fetch, something that's non-contact. So the dog realizes that when he bites, he no longer gets that, whatever that contact is, whether it's affection or you are playing with him, you take a break from that and go to the non-contact play like fetch or tug. This is really important for dogs that are ankle biters. I know that's a term that we use for small dogs, but there are some dogs, actually quite often, puppies, young puppies, for whatever reason, when you walk, they find it very entertaining to bite your feet and your ankles. So this is something that's really great because your dog's trying to chase you. He wants that interaction, but he also wants to play. So he's chasing you, he's biting at your ankles. That non-contact play is a great way to get him to burn out that energy. If you play fetch, he can get that stimulation that he wants to run and to be active, but he can also play with a toy and learn that biting you is not acceptable. And then the other thing that we had trouble with Molly was there would be times when she was a young puppy that, like right now, you would think that she was resting, sleeping, in a snuggly mood, whatever it might be, and you want to pet them, and they start biting you. As soon as you pet them, they start biting you. So what you want to do when that happens, I had already mentioned the treat. You can get an enticing treat, make the squeaky noise if they're biting this hand, make the squeaky noise with the other. The other thing that you can do is, if this is a common problem that you have with your dogs, when it's time to snuggle or when you want to have some quiet time and snuggle your dog, have some treats with you. And when they're biting this hand, entice them with the treat, feed them the treat, and get them to get away from your hand that way. You don't want to reward the behavior, so you want to say ow, and then when your dog removes his mouth, that's when you say, okay, here's a treat. And so you're teaching him that, we don't bite, it's not okay, this is snuggle time, this is relaxing time, and just, when you're snuggling and relaxing with your dog, don't rub his head like this or something that's going to stir him up and make him more wild. Do nice, soft, gentle pets, belly rubs. A lot of puppies will flip over like this, like Molly does, and allow you to rub their belly and kind of relax. You can rub their ears to get them to relax. Dog massage, puppy massage is a great way to get your dog to relax while still enjoying that physical contact. So if the issue happens, if the biting happens when you're petting them, that's something that you do want to nip in the bud very, very quickly. The other thing to do is, and this is, I would say, a last case scenario, is deterrent spray. They do make deterrent spray that tastes bad to dogs. You can buy all natural deterrent spray that's safe for your skin, and you can do that if you want to, but you know, I don't really like the idea of having it on my skin, and I don't really like the idea of teaching my dog that humans taste bad. I would rather redirect them and get that energy to go somewhere else. But if you have a dog that's very stubborn and won't go for toys or other things, you can definitely try the deterrent spray and see how that works for you. Instantly when he puts his mouth on your hand, he's going to taste that yucky taste. He's going to pull his mouth off, but at the same time you need to say no or ow or something to let your dog know that you know, it does taste bad, but you also don't want him to do that. Because again, he's going to end up chewing on somebody that doesn't taste bad. If you have guests come to your home or children that you don't put the spray on or something like that, and he's going to figure out that he's going to associate that bad taste with you and not necessarily with human skin. So that's something that you want to be careful with, but it is out there as an option to teach your puppy not to bite you, or how to get your puppy to stop biting you, I should say. Having a wide variety of toys around. Some dogs get bored very easily. The more intelligent your dog is, the more easily bored he's going to be. So changing out toys sometimes, if you have 5 or 6 toys available and then you put those in a closet for a couple of weeks and have 5 or 6 different toys available, pick toys that are going to entertain your dog. Our dogs love squeaky toys. A lot of dogs do. Your dog might not. Maybe he wants something more of a puzzle toy or a treat dispensing toy. If you have a breed that's a little bit more sedentary, you might have to buy treat dispensing toys to get them to, you know, motivate them to play with toys instead of just biting on you or whatever might be next to them. So a wide variety of toys. Make sure that your dog's engaged. Make sure that he's entertained, that he's burning the energy that he needs to burn, because a lot of times biting just happens out of boredom. So take him outside, let him run around, play fetch, play tug, that kind of stuff. And you know, when he's biting, just make sure that you're very consistent with the inhibiting the biting, and you should be all set. I hope you liked this video on how to stop a puppy from biting. If you have any questions about it, feel free to contact me. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can leave a comment there. You can also find us on our website, which is topdogtips.com. I would highly suggest everybody jump on there. As I said, there are tons of great videos and articles, product reviews, and things like that that every dog owner can benefit from. So take a look around there. You can find my contact information on there as well. My email is samantha@topdogtips.com. Feel free to send me a message anytime. You can find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. And any comments that you leave on social media will get back to me as well. I will be happy to answer those questions for you if it's about puppy biting. If you have any other training questions or just questions about your dog in general or how to do something with your dog, feel free to send those along. I'm always happy to post videos of other things that you guys are looking for. And again, if you're looking at product reviews or anything and you're looking for something specific that you can't find on Top Dog Tips, send the message along. I'd be happy to see if I can get my hands on those products and test them for you or compare some products for you guys. Whatever you need, that's what I'm here for. So I encourage you, really, honestly, reach out to me. I will definitely get back to you and see what I can do to help you in your quest to care for your dog as best you can. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would get on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. You will be notified of all our new videos that pop up. You can like us on Facebook for that information as well, and you will have all our up-to-date information. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you back next time with another great video. Have a good day, guys.